Hello everyone, fellow Spark Stormweaver here, and I want to help any beginner getting into Endgame, mapping, bosses, and an overall strategy to it all. I was new to Path of Exile 2 and had to learn things the hard way. I love this game and want to prevent any new players from making the same mistakes I made. First off, let's get to the basics. Save your exalted orbs and turn them into divine orbs whenever you can. Next, add rarity to your items and try to get it to 100%. And lastly, don't worry about your damage and tooltip so much and pay more attention to how fast you are killing monsters. Alright, let's get into the build. I'm running a Lightning Conduit Spark build. This build is perfect for mapping and killing bosses, and pretty much all endgame content you will face in the early access. Before I go into the build, I want to go over a few things. Don't just copy and paste. Please analyze your build before adding items you might see in this video. I'm going to discuss the budget version of this build first, and then go into important upgrades when you have the currency to buy these items from trade site, and then the best way to farm currency so you can achieve these items. The most important items to pay attention to will be the chest piece that has 60 spirit. The more energy shield the chest piece has, the more expensive the chest piece will be. When I first started using this build, I went with low energy shield, with 60 spirit and intelligence and whatever resistances I needed. Next piece that is essential to the build is Everlasting Gaze Amulet that adds 70% or higher to your mana. Next piece is Wand. I got mine relatively cheap, but prices on the trade site fluctuate, so keep an eye out and buy the closest wand that matches mine and upgrade as you go. Now that we got that out of the way, let's sit back and watch what this build is capable of against some bosses.
What are you doing?
I don't have time for this. Sands, bend to my will. Impede my enemies. I will not. Your trial ends here. Entropy. Feel his power. Be crushed. My service is finally over. And my service continues.
Alright, first I'm going to go over rarity. Adding rarity to helmet, boots, gloves, and rings while capping your resistance might be the most difficult thing at first. Capping your cold resistance is the most important one. This combined with thawing charm will help prevent you from being cold and frozen. Rarity on items usually cost more, so don't feel like you need all at once, but have this as a goal as you play. Shooting for items that have higher base energy shield, high mana, and rarity is what I would look for while shopping for items. Before having the Ingenuity belt, I was using a belt with really high mana and resistances I needed. A good Ingenuity belt will be the most expensive item, so make this a priority item you first go for. Don't buy any Ingenuity belt that is under 70%. While you are using your budget belt with high mana, save at least 20 divine orbs before you go shopping for this item. The next item I want to talk about is the wand. Having a high percentage into chance to shock outperformed a really expensive wand that had higher mana, cast speed, spell damage when it came to bosses. Search for one that doesn't have an intelligence for budget wand. Plus, levels to lightning skills is necessary on your wand, and plus levels to spell skills on your focus. I'm going to hover over my gear so you can see, and feel free to pause video if I'm going too fast. Here's my skill tree. The anoint that I am using is Lightning Rod. This is something to get after you buy Ingenuity belt, because this is also expensive. Use the Anoint Frazzled for budget version. It works really well for lightning conduit, and I might edit my tree to reach for it. And don't worry about diamonds. Use jewels that have spell damage and increased damage ailments. What I think is the best farm for currency, and what really helped me, was 3 things: running breach maps, rituals in search of audience with the king, and trials of chaos and fighting the trial master. Getting a few audience with the king keys helped me get Ingenuity because they have a high price on the currency exchange, and finding the adorned diamond with a good roll from the trial master helped me upgrade almost every piece on my build, because that goes for 150 divine on the trade site. My tree looks a little messy because I have been trying new things. I suggest you do the same. I'm going to hover over a few passives that are essential to the build. Please provide feedback because my tree is a work in progress. Here are the skills and support gems I'm using. I'm still trying new support gems with this, but feel free to give it a try and let me know if you found better combinations for your skills. Also, another trick that will save you money is to corrupt low-level spirit gems to have +1 level added to it. Then upgrade that gem to level 19. Hopefully you have level 19 spirit gems in stash. Then when you have at least 6 divine, you can upgrade to level 20 and you will have a level 21 Archmage. You can try to do this with Spark, but you might spend a pretty penny doing so, because not only will you have to quality each gem before corrupting, you will have to buy greater and perfect jeweler orbs, which are expensive. Thank you for taking the time and watching this video. When I'm done mid-maxing this build, I'll post an update. Until then, good luck, fellow Stormweavers.